Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Washington Commanders. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are, as we are off and running on EA Sports. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. He might score. He will score. Touchdown, Eagles. And that right there is how you silence the home crowd.
All week long in preparation, visiting teams talk about it. Okay, we've got to start fast. We've got to take the crowd out of it, as you just talked about there. We've got to control the ball early. And in this case, forget fast start. This is a blazing start. What they've talked about all week is their offensive unit doing that. Not necessarily the guys returning the opening kickoff, but believe me, they'll take this.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. You look at this Eagle defense. This unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
What they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against some people trying to move the ball on the ground.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Hurts. His throw's going to be incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Here's Hurts to throw. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Great.
Swift is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
If you're going to keep these guys out of the end zone, you've got to be able to commit to stopping the run. And that's a nice job there, getting the safeties involved in run support.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. It'll be Hurts on the option. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Jalen Hurts, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Butker on for the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line.
The start of this game has me doing flashbacks and remembering when I was playing and seeing a similar start and seeing the head coach actually take a timeout and gather the whole team around him and tell everybody to get it together. Let's get some focus going here, because maybe he just sensed that maybe the whole team wasn't ready to play.
Yeah, well, they've gone interception, now fumble. Now Hurts looking to change the play. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on 2nd down.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Play action. Here's Hurts. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Touchdown. DeAndre Swift. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And it's now 21-0.
Commanders nothing. Set to kick off.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards 2:22 on the clock.
Well, this offense will definitely utilize him as a weapon out of the backfield, because he was close to 100 yards receiving a week ago. So they will try to get him to football in space, as they did right there.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. He'll look to throw. Back to Gibson, and another catch for him. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11, 1st down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll look to throw here. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Complete, it's Dotson. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the Eagles' 10-yard line.
2nd and 2, first down marker at the 8. Straight ahead, Gibson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
21-0 our score after one. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with 4th down and 1. They're going to look to throw. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Commanders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Groupie able to add the PAT. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They go play action with Hurts. They'll roll him out right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
2nd down. Here's Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Throwing is Hurts. And this one complete to Smith. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. It's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction. And that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them. And now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Now back to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Now with a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll run with Gibson. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield.
It's a gain 2. And the Commanders' 1st down.
Back to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Peters. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's the 2nd down and 9. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all. And I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Samuel in motion. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Here's 3rd and 9. He'll drop to throw. And this this is going to be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself, because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Here's a toss play right to Swift. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. They'll set up to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Complete. Smith has it. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 4th down. Now the Commanders going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Commanders will take over, but backed up deep in their own territory. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Second down and 6 now. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And not much happening there as he'll get it back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
They'll throw now on the final play. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
They'll set up a throw. That's out to the flat for Gibson. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards there and a Washington first.
And that's one of the better plays we've seen this offense put together so far. They haven't been able to get on track much at all. But listen, they're only down a couple of scores with the rest of this quarter and the entire fourth remaining. So, stranger things have happened.
Now a throw here to his running back. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw again. That is caught. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on third down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it, and were able to keep the drive moving.
On first and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
2nd and 9 now. He finds his man, complete. That's Peters. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down.
That's the kind of play this offense desperately needed. They've got to be saying, our defense has kept us in the ball game. We're down, but we're certainly not out. And maybe that was the spark that they've been searching for.
A give up the middle to Gibson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Now 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. Touchdown! Antonio Gibson with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Commanders have cut it back within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
After the touchdown, here's Grupe to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Hurts. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Eagles. A.J. Brown, 61 yards. And the Eagles will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Back now at FedEx Field. It's Washington with the football, but trailing here as we begin quarter number 4. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Here's a give to Gibson. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. They'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Again, he'll drop to throw. Back to Gibson and another catch for him. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. It's a pickup of 6. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Now we've got whistles here before the snap, and I believe this is going to be on Washington. The false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Now they'll change things up. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This to McLaurin out on the left side. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Commanders have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
The point after, good by Grupe. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, here's Grupe to kick this one away. Escapes the defender. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the fourth quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try to bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts as early as opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Throwing is Hurts. And that's out to the flat for Swift. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a 1st down. They go play action with Hurts. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football to places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Watkins in motion left.
63, 63, 63. Hey, easy, 63, 63, back. Hey.
2nd down, here's Hurts. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get 1st downs and eat away at the clock.
Hurts sets up to throw it. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 43. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Hurts throw taken in by Watkins here. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1.
Hey, Silver, Silver, Silver.
Here's Hurts to throw. That one complete down the field to Smith. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
I just love how they're going about trying to finish off this game. This is not an offense that's going to go into its shell. They're going to keep exploiting weaknesses where they see them. And that's a huge pickup there with the game in the balance.
It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Here's Swift. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. DeAndre Swift, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead now up to 14.
Commanders 21. Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Here's first and 10. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thick.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
All 3 timeouts still remain. Keep that in mind. They prefer to use them on the defensive end. But here's first and 10. Back to throw. That's out to the flat for Gibson. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now second and 4.
79 Broncos. 19 Lions. Ready?
Back to throw here. And he slings one that's incomplete.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
Well, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is third down now.
18, take go.
He'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Back to throw again. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Jonathan Abram picks it. And the Eagles are going to get it back here just past the 35. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and